last week was crazy with the hot sauce. Okay, so we are live. For those who are watching this replay, shout out to y'all. I hope y'all watched the last live. We're talking about that right now. And Miss Joey thinks that she over talked too much. First off, she was the host, so she has to talk more. Secondly, we're testing with hot sauce, so I'm not really trying to say much. Then not only that, I'm glad I had the questions prepared for you. So once we were, because like I said, once I hit that last one, I
Yeah.
couldn't I couldn't think. I didn't know what to do. So
Yeah,
don't.
well, I definitely, when I looked at it, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm like, oh, I need to be quiet. I'm like, I, I just felt like, oh, I just talked way too much.
No, 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 no. You did not talk. You didn't talk more enough because I couldn't talk at all. When you were asking the questions, I even forgot what questions you were saying because you would say the questions and I would have to repeat it and going, huh? And then Larry's over here, he's not even worried about that. I mean, the last one he said it was pretty spicy, but me on the other hand, I'm walking in circles. My face was numb. Okay. So when I was telling you that I couldn't really feel my face, it was true. And
Yeah.
Larry's over here laughing right now and laughing then. What up, Kenny? But yeah, no. Last week was the
Cool.
worst hot sauce, anything, everything. It was just the worst hot sauce ever. I would. And then not only that, when we found out afterwards that you're supposed to have a dab of hot sauce and not a whole spoonful of hot sauce.
Well, true. And it just, yeah, it said a drop, I think, on the back of the bottle. And then I loved the fact that it doubled as, um, yeah, something you could take out oil stains in the driveway and something about taking a finish or something off your floor. I'm like, yeah, this, you definitely should be eating that.
Yeah, that was the worst pain I've put myself through, and not knowing that I was going to go through that pain.
How
That was
was
the
the next day,
worst.
Rob? How was the next day for you?
Honestly, it was that night. It
Okay, so the next,
this was fine. My face got feeling back, and then this started to like burn, and then like my
yeah,
whole insides was burning. Like I didn't have to use the restroom as much as everyone thinks. It was just
yeah.
this. It felt like it was just burning all the way down.
It felt like fire, like the hot seat fire.
It was horrible.
Oh, okay. So you're not going to, you're not going to become a hot sauce junkie.
Well, Larry says I'm a part of the chili community now because I've
Mhm.
went through
You
some
did
pain
it.
that
Yeah.
they experienced going through some stuff. So I guess I'm officially stamped.
Well, you're in, but I guess the question is, do you think you'll just be putting hot sauce on everything?
No, actually, for the normally I eat hot sauce like during work, and I didn't even have hot sauce for this week. Really,
Yeah,
even last
cool.
week after that, I haven't had hot sauce in a while. What up, people? Hey, for those who are watching this replay, appreciate y'all so much. We're just trying to get some some feedback on what I had to deal with last week. So if you
Yeah,
have not checked it out, check it out. For those who are in the chat, what up? Miss Joey, get your thing going so we can
I
get.
will. Yeah, we just had a quick little recap on,
Sorry,
on the.
guys. It was hell for real, for real, for real. It was hell.
Well,
Woo.
I mean, I did get a kick out of it. Sorry. Anyway, all right. So first in the house tonight, Meow Aquatics. Hello and welcome, and always here with us, Chili Head. That Larry D. He's here
He said,
tonight with us.
he ate a sauce I won't eat. Hold on, time
I'm,
out.
well,
Hey.
I mean, I'm sure that's every day. It sounds like for him. He's, every day. Melissa Robson. Hello and welcome.
What up,
Dana
mama?
Ken E is in the house. RV Animal Rescues and Movies.
Spoonful of
Ricky, hello
mustard with a
and
single pickle on
welcome.
top. I'm allergic to pickles, G. Sorry.
Oh yeah, we had a pickle conversation one night. Paul McCarthy, hello and welcome. Audra Myers, hello and welcome. And Mike's Aquatics, hello and welcome. looking because they're chatting. Sarah J. Cyber, hello, welcome. She says she's going to be lurking. That's awesome. Scuba Steve, Aquatics, hello and welcome. And I think I got everybody. If I missed you, I apologize. And I think hopefully we'll see you as we go along. And if you have not done so already, please smash the like button.
I like it. I like it. Thank you so much, Miss Joey. All
Sure.
right, y'all. We got some things. Yeah, poor man myself. Yeah, I don't know what I did to myself, Scuba Steve. I don't know what I did. Don't say poor me when I've actually done it. What's up, party people? Yeah, last week was the spur of the moment. I got this, and lo and behold, that was more than a spoonful. It was heaping over, and that's why I was like, "Hey, how can I put this back in?" No, it wasn't.
Yeah, we're both like you can't. You can't put back
Both of
in.
y'all simultaneously said you can't.
Right.
Did you
It
see
was
it?
kind of funny. Yeah, you can't.
Did you see it in the replay? I watched the replay from the time where I took that last one, and I was spinning around. So, yeah, I highly suggest if you ever do that, read the instructions first, because I thought I was
What
not
is
doing
the fun in that? I think I mean, you didn't read it. We had a natural reaction, and you were okay in the end.
when
I
I
mean,
did
really?
this.
How
That's when I knew I messed up.
instructions on hot sauce? I just think
That's,
that's funny. Sorry.
that's when I knew I messed up. No, when it touched my lip and I knew I messed up, I was like, "Oh no, this is bad. This is
Hmm.
horrible. This is bad, bad." All right, so we got some things that Miss Joey. I think the dinosaurs are among us now.
Wait,
Think
you
that?
saying I'm old?
No, no.
Are you?
Whoa, that escalated quickly. No, you're trying to get me canceled here. What's going on here? What's going on here? No, I did not say that. I am saying I think that dinosaurs are among us.
Yeah, I know.
As in the wild, not
I
as
mean,
in
you
the
make me
human flesh.
repeat it. Make me relive it. Oh, Jimmy P's in the house and Terry's Tropicals. Hello and welcome.
What up? So I think that there's actually dinosaurs that are finally coming among us. Like people want to say aliens or in the
How
sky.
so?
Yeah, aliens want to
I mean,
say,
how so?
but I think dinosaurs are still here. Just
Mhm.
they're just not found.
Well, maybe not necessarily in the dinosaur state, but I mean, I don't cockroaches, rats, and alligators and crocodiles somehow fit into those
Oh, yeah,
those
I think
critters
so.
that are still with us, the annoying ones? Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. But as always, y'all can't see y'all on the other side. So as
Right.
always,
You can't. You can't.
but I think
So
this
what do we
gentleman
got?
has found a dinosaur,
Okay,
a
because I have no
Texas
idea.
fisherman.
Oh, okay. I was like, I have no idea what he's bringing up. I literally rolled in about
Yeah,
what
this
five
is
minutes,
yeah, this is raw. Like this
five
is
minutes before we
fun.
went on. Yeah.
I love when this is it. But I think dinosaurs are among us. So a
Okay.
Texas fisherman has caught a 300-pound, 8-foot alligator
Alligator.
gar.
Okay. So what are they getting at there? You think that one has to have some age on it for sure,
Has to have some age on it.
but certainly I wouldn't know if it was 10 years, 12 years, 30 years. You know what I mean? I don't know how long they live, but to get that size, I would imagine it's been around for a
What are
while.
they eating? Is the thing.
Everything. Probably a little bit of hot sauce down there in Texas, all they can get, right?
I'm never gonna live that stream down.
They're going.
That was the worst live stream ever. I had to walk in circles. I had to go get bread. It was horrible.
Hey, it was a great stream. I mean, I thought it was hilarious. Like I said, you're walking it off, and you had been talking about that. I think since I started the show with you, you wanted to do that stream. So I'm glad you guys finally got a chance to do it. You know.
I finished a whole Gatorade bottle and y'all didn't even notice.
Well, I noticed you were drinking quite a bit, but I didn't know. I guess that you'd actually finished it.
I've never drank a whole bottle of Gatorade in one sitting before in 5 minutes. That was
Well,
the
I
equivalence
guess
of
you
bull.
needed it.
That was the craziness. Look at this. He has
Yeah.
a whole rope around this thing. Like, I gotta have some assistance.
Well, I imagine that thing could bite you pretty hard. I bet it's got some good choppers in there.
I would be on the menu.
Sure, why not? I mean, like any sort of predator like that, whatever fits in their mouth, they want to eat it. But it's yeah, it's good size. I wouldn't want to be you get in for a casual swim and running into that.
That
No.
yeah, and that smacks your foot or something. Come on.
Oh yeah,
It might
yeah.
break your foot if it smacks it. Come on, look at that.
Yeah.
And I would never, if I see this and I know that this is in the waters, I would never be in the water.
That is insane. Yeah, that's exactly why I don't swim in water I can't see in anymore.
No. If I know this is in the water, bets are all off. Rob's not going in the water. Don't ask me ever. No.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy. It's like the size
no.
of that's like the size of a hog, you know what I mean? Like,
right, like that thing is massive, and you want to sit here and say, "Yeah, let's go swimming." No, that'd be the last swim.
Yeah, it definitely has put some food away in its day. You know what I'm saying?
You know how many people are like, "Hey, my dog or cat or something's missing."
It's missing. Missing. Yeah.
Just went missing.
Yeah, exactly. So it's crazy.
That thing is, yeah. If I was to catch it, like I don't know how, and I don't know how I'd react.
I'd want to get out of the water.
That's the first thing.
That's how I react.
Right, like he's in the water with the fish because he has to make sure the fish is still good because it's a massive fish. So of course he can't take it too much on the land because if he does, he's gonna have to bring it back. But you got to keep the moving on him. But I would.
So you don't. Hi, Brandon. Coldwater Aquatics. Welcome. You don't. I'm assuming he released it, but maybe he didn't.
Yeah. I think at the end of the video he did release it.
Okay. Because I mean, it's so. I mean, yeah, no, I wouldn't want to be swimming and run into that or whatever. But I mean, it's amazing that it's obviously lived a long life, and kind of want it to continue to have that. I would just feel like, oh God, don't make a trophy out of that one. You know?
They estimate 50 to 100 years old with this.
Oh wow! So okay, I wasn't even close at 30 years of age, but I mean, it had to be up there. So I mean, it's for what it is. It's super cool. I wouldn't want to be swimming and run into it.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, so I think I'm pretty sure a lot of people not now knowing more than likely have seen something like this. Don't fish or don't swim really in that area probably.
Yeah.
If you see a log and it looks like this and then it starts moving, you're like, whoa.
I mean, it would. I mean, it would. I've not seen one go, but it looks like it would maybe have a similar movement as an alligator, obviously, hence the name. But it's like it seems like it could look like one. I don't know. I'm good. That's why I said I don't swim in water. I can't see it.
That's exactly what I was just about to say. I don't tread in water. I can't see nothing under. Nope.
Yeah.
That is a no. Uh-oh, I think I lost my other one. Let me see. I said the south. This one. Okay. Never mind. We'll go to the next one anyway with the other one regardless because it's the same along the lines. Teamwork, people. Teamwork. Terry, what up, man?
Thank you, Kenny.
Thanks, Kenny. And for those who are not subscribed to her, go ahead, check out Miss Joey if you have not. And also, if you cannot hit that link, her link is also in the description.
Thank you.
As always, yeah. So, sorry guys, I can't. There we go. All right, so this next one is kind of like funny and not funny at the same time.
Okay.
So the first one was actually this one. The first one was where when did I do it? Yeah, I did. So the first one is when fish are good teammates and together the study was, what fish species last longer if they're in the schooling, if they're shoaling, if they're individual.
Okay. Hey,
So
can you pull that photo up a little, Rob? We can't really see it. Okay,
there you go.
I guess it's just okay.
So this one is about a counteractive. So the first one was the best survival tactics is for them to swim together because there are mass numbers and they have a higher chance of surviving. I said,
Well, that's the old adage, safety in numbers.
that what's really made me think. I said shoaling is somewhat schooling, depending on it how you feel. It's kind of blurred, but schooling is definitely mass numbers, as you can see here.
And
But
I don't really know what I'm saying, but I feel like whether they're schooling or shoaling, if a situation where there was a predator after them, I feel like they would do they would have the same behavior.
okay,
They would swim together in numbers, unless they were in an area where they could really swim away and hide. If they were in more a little bit in an open situation, I feel like regardless of schooling or shoaling, they'd all be schooling in together because of the safety in numbers sort of thing.
that's what I said too. I was like, well,
They
then
would do,
okay, if they go from school, if they go from shoaling to schooling, then now they're just one group,
yeah,
grouped up. And then I was thinking, okay, and then if they're on their own, they have to, they don't have the numbers. They
right.
don't have this. I was like, I don't know. How
I
can you
just feel
do
like, I
that?
mean, I don't have any facts, but I just feel like if they were all scared, they're going to swim together. And
Right.
I just think that's what they would do. I could be totally wrong, but
No, yeah, for sure.
that's my best guess.
For
That
sure.
they would stick together.
I mean,
Um,
I've seen where when some documentaries would say that fish would do this to because they're almost trapped, but they're also schooling because that's just a way
right.
that they're going to be able to kind of somehow escape. But I've seen dolphins actually do a circle around them and just dive through them to
Well, they
actually
do,
get
and
them
they
and try to
sort of.
eat
I
them.
think. Yeah, I think in more open water when they're driving them,
Yeah,
they tend to do that, and they literally move as a unit, trying to get away. Obviously, the predators picks them off. That's the goal.
it's like one
But
big fish, but the glob.
exactly. But in general, the mass, I would say most of them survive. It appears as though that's the case. But I think there's, like I said, there's a big difference in whether you're talking about open water or up near a shore or lake where they can get away. So I think you see different behavior depending upon where they are in the water.
I like that you said depending on where they're in the water, because the second one that I'm actually on right now. So the first one is about good teamwork to get them to survive, and
Hmm.
then I scrolled down to the another feed to another website, and then I saw uh, when running doesn't benefit sardines. So they're also a schooling fish, but this time because of the pattern and where they are, they're running into warmer waters when they're actually a cooler water fish. So
Hmm.
it's now stressing them and actually killing them now. So I was like, oh my goodness. So I went from one
Yeah.
one paragraph or one story to good benefits of survival rate, and then one to, oh, they're probably going to die because they're going in the hotter waters. Now I was like,
Well, I mean, I can see that happening as well. Hi, Brian, Peppermint Creek. Hello, welcome. I can tell you around here, and this is saltwater because I live in the ocean.
right,
When the bluefish come in and start driving the pogies will literally, swim up into shallow waters and almost onto land to get away from those bluefish. It gets so bad, and so many die from trying to get away that they
right.
actually wash up on shore and they rot, and they will. There's been cases where it's peeled the paint on houses because there was so much rot and ammonia and fumes. It's crazy, but to get away, they basically commit suicide. They swim right up onto the shore to get away.
Wow.
It's crazy.
They
And
rather, yeah, like you said, they rather do that instead of being eaten.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So the instinct to survive is that strong,
That's a very strong instinct.
right?
That is
And then
very
and then it's
strong.
a really strong odor afterward. I mean, you can smell them. It's like you start driving down, on the peninsulas and stuff. And like I said, if they've been driving them in summer and all these rotten fish, it's like, oh my
Well,
goodness,
I'm glad
that
I live on the inland then. I'm glad I'm landlocked then. Woo!
it's just one of the fun things.
One of the fun things.
Every place has something, Hi, Craig
That's
Doniger.
true. That's true.
Welcome. Um, what about inland when have you been, well, you live more, but I mean, have you been out in the farmland where they'll spread like the cow manure and stuff? Whew, when they
Oh, when you
spread
can
the field
smell it
with
in the
cow
air.
manure, oh, yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
gets it gets you off guard when you first smell it. You're like, hey,
right.
what is
And
that?
you can't, if you're really in the farm, I think the first time I really, really experienced it, and it was super bad, was upstate New York. And it was just farm after farm, and you couldn't drive out of the odor. It was just like, oh my goodness, everybody was doing it. It's like you couldn't get away from it. The whole place stunk. So everybody has their own version of something.
The closest thing we have to that is when a skunk gets hit and then it's just laying on the road.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have skunks that just like to walk by the window. I think, when you get the AC on a nice wet night, they love to just spray on a wet night, and it just all of a sudden the house fills up. And it's like, oh my god, I'll be that way for hours.
Ooh. My dad
Sometimes
has two
days.
dogs, and they both got skunked in the same year,
Oh.
just different months.
Well, it's really bad when it's a direct hit. It's bad enough
Mm.
when it just wafts up, because they're
Oh
walking by. But oh yeah, when something gets sprayed, oh
no,
yeah,
I no. They say tomato juice don't work. Can I get a 411 on that, y'all?
it doesn't work enough. Maybe it takes the cuss off. We have a guy, a gentleman that actually lived at the end of my road growing up, and he made a product called Skunk Clean, and it worked fairly well. But as far as I'm concerned, nothing gets rid of it.
Anybody else gotten
It takes
skunked?
time. Yeah,
Anybody
anybody have
got
any
skunked?
experience?
Cause hey, look, I've never been skunked, but my father's dogs have. And when I came over one time after his dog got skunked, I said, Dad, I can't go in that house. He goes, I understand.
We used to have a Great Dane that would periodically go out and manage to get sprayed, and then he would. And like I said, you could wash them and do whatever, and you'd get some of it off, but you'd never get it all off. So he would go out and when it was raining and go out, go to the bathroom, whatever, and come back in, and then he'd lay up close to the wood stove and start drying off, and it was like, oh, very strong.
Ew, yeah, no. I've never experienced that odor, and I don't think I ever
Mhm.
want to. That and then, yeah, no. So those two
Oh, you
things,
will
that hot
someday.
sauce and the skunk smell is probably the worst things of sometimes that I've ever
Yeah.
done.
I mean, there's always the roadkill skunks. There's usually plenty of those. Hello, Aaron. Welcome. Um, yeah. If you, I mean, you must. I don't know. Skunks around here. It's like they're just around. There's always one dead on the road. Somebody hit it. You try to avoid it when you're coming along because you don't want to get that smell on your tires and it.
Now, do y'all
Starts
have
right
bears,
away.
right? Maine, y'all have bears.
Yes, but we don't have that many down. I live more in southern Maine. I live,
Oh, okay,
down near
okay.
Portland. Um, so there are some, but as far as them just sort of like being in your backyard on a regular basis, you'd have to go
No,
more north.
okay. See,
Yeah.
look,
Which
listen,
I'm okay with. I don't want a bear in my
that's
backyard every
just
day.
like in the water. If I know there's bears in that area, I'm not gonna be in that area.
You try not to be. But I mean, down here we have just the usual, gray fox, red fox, coyotes, things like that. For predators. Sometimes you get the fishers that come through. But
Yeah.
Occasionally you'll hear a story about a bear, but they're usually more north
Oh,
because in a less populated area.
well, well, I can see that, but I've seen a lot of videos where the bears are physically coming to the house and going in the
They do,
house
in,
and
they do in some areas, but not as much in the state so far.
you say
So
that with
far.
you say that with a ha ha he. I hope it doesn't happen.
Well, because things change, and as as any state gets more populated and some of their stomping ground gets developed, they're going to get pushed to other areas. And, again, they're programmed to survive, so they'll do what they have to do. But for us, because of the logging and stuff, we still have a fair amount of woods in the state. So I think for the most part, they'll stay more north for a while.
That's it's a good thought to hold. It's a good thought to hold.
Yeah. I mean, I have never seen one, in the town or the area, right in the area I live in. So cross my
Yeah,
fingers.
I live on the outskirts, so I'm on the cusp of country and city. But now in the countryside, they're building a whole bunch of industries and a whole bunch of housings. So it's just like now I see what you're saying. Now it's just like moving more north.
They get pushed, but that's anything. That's, wolves, coyotes, whatever. They end up getting pushed in certain directions if their area starts getting developed.
Uh,
So, I mean, there are deer in town. It's crazy, but if you drive around, in the wee hours of the morning, it's like there'll be a neighborhood, and it's like next thing you know, it's like there go a couple deer. So, you know.
um, deer, they're kind of skittish here, so they really are rare. When you see them, you're like, oh, there's a deer.
I mean, they're in my yard every day, and I only live really 4 miles from town.
See, now that's someone's dream that actually hunts deer, and if they were to,
Oh yeah, my brothers hunt it all the time. I mean, they hunt
ah,
it all
okay,
the time
so
down
you
here.
know that,
Yeah.
yeah, you know about it.
Oh, I know all about all of it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, and I heard about the processing of it. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, I mean, you can do it yourself.
oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. You could
yeah. I
send it
mean, you
off.
have to gut them, hang them, skin them, and then cut them up and freeze them. You can do it yourself, or you can just gut them and hang them, and then take them to the butcher and have them package it up nicely for you. You can
You
do it
know
either way.
this so well. You just said it with like no squeamish. I'm over
Because
here just
especially growing up, it is in the fall. It was not unusual. You drive by, a road, and there's a barn, and you're looking, and there's a deer hanging. I mean, that's pretty standard in the
right,
fall.
right. What city you live in? Louisville, Kentucky. I see hella deer. It been
Yeah,
deer gangs.
yeah. I mean, I think I told this story. I don't know if I told it on your channel or not, but I mean, one of the funniest things that I wish we'd gotten a photo was we had some of the um, the light up deer, the ones that are like basically the wire frame and the white lights on them, and they light up,
Right.
and they're a couple feet tall. And it was like one night there were 5 deer out looking, just like standing and just looking at those deer. And if we didn't get a big photo, it would have been
They're like,
awesome. But
what is this thing?
I mean, I probably have 25 turkeys that go through the yard every day. I got a herd of turkeys. We got deer, red fox, gray fox, skunks, raccoons, squirrels and chipmunks and all that. I'm trying to think what else wanders around here. I don't know. There's always stuff. I have crows. I feed my crows every day. They wait for
Really?
me. They, to come down and feed.
You
Yeah, I
have
feed them every day
crows?
when I go to the barn. Yeah, I have. They call it a murder, no, a murder of crows.
Wow.
Yeah, I have probably 12 to 15 crows that hang out and wait for me every day. I feed them in the winter, so I just feed
You
them all
don't
the time.
imagine someone like being in Amazon and they pull up and you're feeding crows and they're like,
I mean, I don't know. I think it just got started because I used to throw my, the scraps out, and
okay.
and I just kind of noticed that, I mean, they obviously figured out I was occasionally throwing out food. I just throw
Right.
out old bread or rice or whatever. And at one point I was just putting it in the trash, but I just thought, well, there's something that would eat that. So I
Right.
started throwing it outside, and yes, something was eating it, and it turned out that it was them. So then I, felt like they were getting food some days and not others, but especially in the winter. I just felt bad for them, so I just started feeding them every day. I feel like they count on it. They're sitting there, on what used to be my cattery. So they sit on the cat house, which is right beside
No
the
way.
garage, and they wait for me every day to come
No
out.
way.
And I can see them out my kitchen window sometimes. They sit up in the trees and they watch me in the house. Anyway, whatever. I don't know how we got on to that, but
Scuba. I'm in Indianapolis, Indiana. Just a hop, skip, and a jump from you. And Miss Joey, you're in Maine. Anyone else?
yeah.
Shout out your city and your state if you like to, country if you're the
And
different.
here I go again, doing all the talking. You need to do more
Uh-uh.
talking.
What? We're talking about crows here now. Ain't
I
turkeys
know.
coming up to an apartment building? Look, listen. That if I seen someone with some turkeys coming up to an apartment building, I'm like, dude, that guy is good. That guy's good.
My sister has a woodchuck that she looks at every morning. She's like, that woodchuck's out there, and he's just got things out of her garden and her flowers and stuff, and he's just out there munching away, just loving life.
I never, and when I was young, I never knew that a woodchuck was actually real. I thought it was
Yeah.
always just a saying because you would always say, "How much could a
How much
woodchuck?"
wood
Cut?
could a
Yeah,
woodchuck?
that I thought it was just a funny saying, and then when I actually
Punxsutawney
ran into
Phil,
it,
Punxsutawney Phil.
yeah, when I actually ran into seeing one on like online, I was like, "Oh, it is real.
Yeah, they're real.
They're real." I thought it was just the
I
same.
think that's true, and that one's been around so long. He's got a good little gray beard now, and he's just out there. I mean, she's like, "Yep, he's out there eating my stuff,"
Terry says we call jerky vending machines. That's good. That's good. Yeah, that's good. I do like some jerky.
Besides
What
the
I
oh, spiders,
nice. See
spiders.
see spiders? I don't know.
Oh,
Cincinnati.
Jimmy P says woodchuck is good eating.
You can
I
eat
mean,
those things.
people say squirrels are good to eat. I
You would
feel
eat
like
a
you'd have to have
woodchuck.
a lot of them. Well, I think she hasn't gotten. Obviously, my sister hasn't gotten rid of the one. She doesn't like it. She doesn't like it that it's out there eating her stuff, but he's still out there eating her stuff. So, yeah.
They are a pest if they're eating your food or just
Yeah, I
destroying your
mean, the
livestock. So yes.
deer sometimes eat some of my hostas and things out here, which I don't love. But if I get the soap out early enough, I'm okay. But if I forget to put the soap out, then they eat them.
So a
And what I do
little
with the
soap on
soap
them.
is I take ivory soap and I cut a bar of soap into like 6 or 8 cubes. And if you put the soap around on the ground wherever you don't want them to eat, they stay away.
No way.
Um, and if you have something high up, sometimes I'll put some little pieces on some sticks or something and get them up. Because the thing about deer is they get into patterns and routines, and that's why you'll notice they eat certain things in the yard, but they never. And 6 feet away, they don't touch those hostas. They're eating the hostas over here. So they get into actual patterns and they follow it every year. So if you can get them out of that pattern, but ivory soap works great and it doesn't hurt anything, but it keeps them
Really?
away from your
Tip
plants
of
or
the
your crop.
day. He said they taste like pork. Really? Woodchucks
Okay.
taste like pig. Okay.
Okay.
Hmm. Now,
What do squirrels taste like, Jimmy?
how are we? How are, you said grilling it up? So how are we doing the whole thing? Are we quartering it? What are we doing? Are we roasting it pig style like you just said?
How
Like
you cooking it? Yeah.
that
Hello,
is crazy.
hello, Vanosky and my sister Steph. Hello, welcome.
Squirrels and dumplings. Oh. I've never had squirrel. I think no. I've had alligator. My dad has gotten
That's
me to eat that.
yeah. I haven't had squirrel meat, but I know people. Like I said, they do shoot them and eat them. But I feel like to feed a family, you'd have to get a few.
A few. Well, there was a time where I forgot what state it was, and I said, "Is that a squirrel or a dog?" Because the squirrels were
Yeah.
healthy.
Yeah.
I said,
Well,
"What are
they
they
can be.
eating?" So I don't know. For those,
Well, Beth, you missed me talking about your woodchuck.
any of y'all have any kind of other wild game that y'all have not said anything yet? Let us know. Been up to the kids.
Anything else hanging around your houses? You
Any
know.
spiders, tarantulas?
Hello, Eduardo. Welcome.
Got that
Well, not really my way. We just have the normal spiders, and the one we have that can do some damage is the brown recluse.
Okay.
That one can bite you, and um, certain people can kill them. But usually, it just gives you like a spot that kind of rots out and gets real itchy. That's usually what happens. But it does rot out a good chunk of your skin. It's real
Ew.
fun.
Did you say it's
Yeah.
all fun? We butchered
Yes.
it up in pieces. And squirrel to me tastes like pork, dark meat chicken. Okay.
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 Yeah, I can do that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because I like dark
I mean,
meat chicken.
rabbits taste a lot like chicken.
I can't say I had rabbit. I did have
The
frog
rabbits,
legs. I did have
to
frog
me,
legs. They're greasy.
yeah, they are, and I'm not into that. But
Not about, yeah,
rabbits
they're greasy.
they're actually less fatty than chickens, and they
Hmm.
taste like chicken.
Eh.
And as long as you cut it into pieces and do whatever it is you're gonna do with it, it's not so bad. But I don't want to see. I don't know. I could. You could pull a chicken out of the oven and you're okay, but you pull a rabbit out in that full rabbit shape. I can't do it. You got to cut it out. I can't.
Because you're like, oh my god, you're so cute, but you're
Yeah,
dead. You're dead and look good.
yeah, yeah. So it's funny how if
Uh,
you
just
you
to,
know, cut it up, it looks different on the plate.
yeah, just to only imagine where it went from a cute, cuddly thing, and and then it's still cute when it's done. You're like, oh, it's still cute.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. How did we go from the last thing to now we're talking
I
about
don't know. I think we're
cooking
hungry
rabbit?
now. I think we're getting hungry. Anybody hungry?
We definitely get off on a tangent.
That's what we do here. I've tried rabbit. It definitely tastes chickeny.
Like chicken. Yeah, tastes like
See,
chicken. It really does.
I don't think
You know,
I've mustered it up to eat some rabbits.
like I said, if you cut them up and you fry it or you bake it, it's not. It is good, but you can't serve it in its whole little entirety. I can't do it. Definitely gotta.
Thinking of the times like in medieval times where they would actually put the skew and just roast that thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, head on. Yeah, you see the pig
Everything,
roasting the apple in the mouth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
everything.
what?
Just
Kenny's saying muskrat is good. No,
muskrat.
I never have. I've
Muskrat.
not known anybody that I
What?
know has eaten that before. So there you go.
That is
Wow.
insane.
I know a
Never
song
heard
Muskrat
that
Love, but
before. I've never heard that before.
I don't know about anything else.
In gravy
Yeah.
rabbit. Gravy rabbit. What?
And don't forget, when Bugs Bunny, the Hassenpfeffer, he ends up serving carrots because he doesn't want to serve himself.
Hey, true that, Terry. You
It's
right.
like carrots.
I was really thinking about getting some chickens and a cow, but I don't have that much room. Uh, but I was like, yo, I would
Well,
definitely
I
have to
mean,
pay to process this.
Unless you have rum and it's really your heart's in it and you want to do this every day, it's just easier to go to the store.
I think so
Because
too. Yeah, that's what I was thinking
you
too. Yeah,
you either have to feed them twice a day, or my nephew, he has two Jersey cows right now that he's milking twice a day. I mean, it's a commitment.
Jersey cows. So they come in
Yeah.
specific cows now.
Well, they come. So there are cows as a breed in general, but then you have specific, different kinds of breeds. You got Jerseys, Holsteins. You got
Holsteins.
milking cows, and then you got beef cows. Which would be more like Black Angus and I don't know, steers or whatever. So
Right,
you've got,
right.
you got different kinds of cows, and like I said, some give milk. Some are for milk and some are for butchering, because the milk and cream comes from the cow.
Oh.
I mean, I like to buy it in the box too, but it really does come from the cow. You
uh,
know.
they say you can or cannot eat a milk cow.
You can eat them. I mean, so when they're done milking, you can butcher them, but they don't have the meat on them that
Like,
a beef cow has. The
okay.
beef cow is raised for beef, because when they're milking, a lot of their the energy, their body energy goes into producing that milk. So they tend to be a little more bony and a little more lean in weird areas. They
Okay.
don't have that nice cover that a beef cow would. But you can eat them, sure. I
People
mean,
are just like,
apparently I mean, you can eat about anything.
yeah, that's what it sounds like right now. Muskrat is one of them. And
Yeah.
we're talking. People are just like, we got fresh milk coming home already with me, and then now people are like,
Oh, Steffi
I
does.
want hot wings now.
Yeah, Steph's always getting milk from them and eggs, and they get eggs. And I went up there the other day, and they had just like, I don't know, they just had a couple hundred eggs sitting in baskets or whatever. I was almost tempted to say, I'll buy a dozen of the blue ones. But yeah, I mean,
What?
I want to. Okay, here we
100%.
go. Has anybody ever eaten rats?
Okay,
Anybody in here eating straight up rats? I'm
the
just
cat's
curious.
out the bag. Anyone?
Anybody ever eaten a rat?
Anyone? I mean, we got a muskrat. That's close.
It's close, close.
Very.
But I think aren't muskrats? Don't they go in the water?
Yeah, I think they do. Yeah, they can
I
go in
think
the
they
water.
do.
They're both. They're
Yeah.
both. Yeah. I've never really been
Where's
into.
Riley? When I asked, have you ever eaten a rat? Maybe Riley's eaten a rat. I don't
I
know.
don't
He eats
know.
some
There's.
different things.
He eats.
Yeah,
He probably eats everything. Like I'll eat everything. Just don't tell
yeah.
me what it is until afterwards.
Okay, we got some no's. We got a straight up no from Paul.
No.
Straight up no from Ricky.
No.
Hustle T King. Hello, welcome. Um, I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things where you definitely look down your nose at a rat, but it's like, I guess if you really thought about it, it can't be much different than a squirrel,
Well, I mean, just don't tell me what
right?
it is first. Don't tell me what it is. Let me
Oh,
eat it
I
and
mean,
then
there's
tell me.
Jimmy hasn't eaten any, but he's thinking of his dad back in the day, maybe. Yeah. Oh, Terry's eating morning doves. Okay, yeah, yeah, I can see that.
what morning doves? What are those?
Doves.
Actual doves. Okay, I was like, hold on, is that just like a special dove? I was like,
They're
just
like
simple.
they're like the brown ones, not the white ones. The white ones
Oh,
that
so
they're
you gotta actually
the
say
wings
what
or
they are.
whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I
yeah.
heard doves are pretty good to eat, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay. Since we seem to be on this.
I mean, I'm
Are you,
interested. I want to see
oh,
if
oh,
I
Paul.
accidentally ate horse.
Well, I mean, standard, because a lot of the draft horses, breeds originated. They were bred because they were beefy and they bred them to eat.
No way.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that
So
was a
you
pretty
being a
standard.
horse expert know about this, yeah.
Sure. And if you think that we all haven't eaten horse meat in this country, you have.
Hmm.
Maybe not so much
Well.
lately, but there was a time where I'm sure there was some horse meat ground up in whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh, quail is good. Yep, quail. Yeah.
Quail?
Okay, I was going to ask if anybody's eaten snakes or eels.
Ah.
My brother used to go just down the road, half a mile. A friend that he grew up with, their parents had dug a pond
Uh-huh.
and they stocked it with fish. But it had a little stream down to the shore, and the eels would swim up that stream and grow up in the pond. And they used to catch the eels and cook them and eat them. And he used to try to get me to try them, and I just, oh God, they just look so in the
Uh,
front. I'm like, no, I can't do it. But
ah.
he used to go down and catch them and eat them all the time. My dad would eat them.
Don't tell me what it is and I'll eat it. But if I, like you said, if I look at them and I know that I'm not gonna like it, I'm like, you know what? I thank you, but no, thank you.
I just feel like they would. Okay, so Jimmy says quail, but no snakes.
Uh-uh.
Terry says snake is very good. Eel, he tried, was tough. Yeah. Eel at Chinese restaurant, probably. Um,
Oh.
I just feel like snakes would taste like they smell. I feel like you wouldn't get away from that no matter how you cooked it. It would taste like a snake. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're on the same page as me. I
I
think
don't think you could put enough spices and onions and whatever in
just
it
to
to make
taste
it
that,
not
yeah.
like a snake.
Yeah, there's certain things I would say, you know what, I will pass. That's a hard pass. I ate
Okay,
both
so
eel and
Terry,
snake.
does it taste like a snake? Okay, and Ricky ate dog in North Korea. Yeah, because dog and cats are on the menu.
Okay.
And
Kangaroo?
we're appalled by that in a sense, because I would never eat my dog. But like we were saying about the horses in Europe, I mean, it kills me to think about it, but that's just what they do over there. That they raise
Really?
them and they eat them.
I
You
don't
know,
I wouldn't have thought of that.
and I wouldn't want to personally, but I know they do. You know.
That would be hard
Oh,
to. That'd
oh,
be very hard.
Steffi lived in Australia for 4 years, so she's
So
had kangaroo.
kangaroos on the menu too?
Yeah. Okay.
Kangaroo.
And Aaron would like to know if you still have your Oscar.
Yes, I do.
Okay, now Jimmy says snake tastes chickeny. Or I've heard snake tastes chickeny. Okay. Well, Terry's had it.
What?
Does it taste like a snake, Terry? Does it taste like chicken?
Does it have a bite to it?
Yeah, ugh.
Uh I
I'm
would
not,
actually eat a snake. I would eat a snake. I would actually eat snake. I would try it. I would actually try it. I would
I
actually.
think if I was in a situation where it was survival, I obviously would eat anything. But given a choice, I kind of just want to stick to the things that are my standard I'm used to. Like I eat beef, I eat chicken, I eat but I just don't want to be eating these other things. Now, okay, you want to go to something else?
Yes.
Now
What
that
we
we've
got?
gone completely off the
What we
rails.
got? We
So,
can't go any more because we got kangaroo on the menu now.
yeah. So my son and his girlfriend, they're up from Florida and they're visiting. And so my sister Steph and her daughter came over yesterday morning. We all and I'm going to tell on us. This is so my family. I made apple pies, and we ate apple pie and donuts and apple pie and ice cream for breakfast with lots of coffee.
Dang.
And that's what we like to do. But anyway, I asked my son, just joking, because I just just giving him a hard time. I said, Joe, have you ever had monkey poop coffee? And he's like, no. And he's like, is that a thing? And I said, well, and I guess maybe it's not technically monkeys, but it's a monkey family. And they eat the beans and they take the beans out of the poop and then they roast them and do whatever. And it's supposed to be fantastic and very expensive.
Don't
So
ever
then
tell me that.
no, I don't ever want to drink that. So then Joe, he gets on Google or whatever. He's like, oh my goodness. He's like, there's cat poop coffee. Um, he listed off like 5 other animals, bat poop coffee and something. I'm like, I don't want any of it. Anybody had any of this coffee?
Don't drink coffee in the
Joel.
stroke.
No, I just drink like Starbucks. But I was
Don't
just
give
giving
me coffee with poopy in it.
I was just teasing him, but but he had never heard of it, which I was surprised about.
What?
But
That is
it's a real thing,
weird and
you
crazy
know.
and probably flavorful. It probably coats the tongue really well.
I don't know what it does, but I can't get around where the process it's been through, and I'm not.
Does
I
it
don't
make you
care
go
how.
doesn't coffee make you go number two for people I hear? So I mean, I
No.
guess it's just recycling, I guess.
So
Gross.
they eat the whole bean and they poop it out, and then somebody decides to go through the poop and then take it out and roast it, and supposedly it's fabulous.
I
But
don't
I couldn't
okay, and
pass.
this is where we're when rules and laws and regulations are done, you're like, what has happened for this to done? So what process who why you have to put your thoughts in like, well, who did this?
Agreed. Who thought that would be a really good idea? I don't know. I can't get there myself. You know. Um,
And it's
I,
expensive because of what they have to
yes,
do.
it's very elite, very expensive.
That is beneath everything that I'm putting into my body, and you want me to pay
So
more?
yeah, so I just I just buy Starbucks. I buy the light and the dark, and I mix them, and I just make Starbucks coffee. But uh, I don't know. But it makes for good round table conversation while we were eating our pie and ice cream and donuts. My family has always been, especially at holidays. We're insane. We have 20 people and make like 25 pies. I mean, we're just crazy, and pie is always on the menu for breakfast. It's if there's pie in the house, you eat it for breakfast, no question.
Indonesia palm chai
Tommy
Kumi
Lusaka coffee.
Uska coffee.
Wow,
Okay, there we go. There we go.
I can't, I can't say it at all.
Someone who was hungry. I think they just probably had
Yeah,
to finish.
I think you're right, Terry. I
They
don't
had to
know.
finish some medicine or something, and we're like, hey,
I mean, if I'm eating cats and drinking monkey poop coffee, I'm at a low. As far as I'm concerned, I'm at a low.
I think this is time to survive at that point.
Yeah, things have gone wrong.
Well,
They're
maybe
really
it was like, oh
gone
man, my
downhill.
coffee beans were eaten by the monkeys, so let me go ahead and get out the poop. I think it's still good.
It came out. It came out whole, so it must still be good.
It didn't touch the ground, so it's still good. 5 second rule.
Exactly.
Oh!
Just rinse that off. It'll be okay. I don't know.
Ooh.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys.
Rinse it off.
This is how I am. I just get off.
If you have poop in your coffee, don't drink it.
Yeah, that's good safety tip.
Oh, Miss Joey, we got 53 minutes in.
Are you kidding me? I've been talking nonstop about. I had no idea.
Because that's how freaking
Oh, wait a minute. Okay,
we
it's
were talking
not.
about stuff.
Yeah, so it's not officially a monkey. It's a palm civet. They're sort of cat-like, apparently, she says.
Oh,
A
okay.
palm civet. I don't know. Either way, I don't want it.
I
I
don't
just don't want
either.
it. I don't care, and I don't eat caviar either. I don't care how great it is and how sophisticated it's supposed to be. I'm not eating it. Did we lose Robbie? Is he on the floor? What happened?
My daughter busted in on me like, hey, on the
Okay. That's all
well,
right.
it's Diego.
So anyway, okay. Well, I hope we ruined everyone's dinner.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
mean, do you have a goal? Sorry, we just talk about disgusting things, but it
Yeah,
seems
we
to go
did,
there
didn't
quite
we?
often. It seems to go there quite often. My family does it all the time. We had no problem sitting at the dinner table talking about rats, and I have to say, my father did have a limit there. We'd all get talking about rats or shooting rats or whatever we felt like talking about. And every once in a while, he'd say, "Can we just not talk about this during dinner?"
That's when you're low. You're like, yeah, that's a little far.
Yeah,
A
but
little
we
far.
just had no problem with it. And there were 6 of us kids, so there was always something like that going on, you know. Anyway, so here we go. Would you like to end the show?
Yes, ma'am. We
that
have
is that what
5
you're
minutes
saying to me?
still.
Okay, all right. Well, everyone, thank you for coming in. Thank you for sharing the different sort of, entrees that you may have experienced in your life. It was fun. I had a lot of fun because I just like to do this sort of thing. And thank you, Rob, for having me up, and the mods that are in here. And everybody have a good night and a nice dinner if you haven't had that yet. Don't forget, smash the like button.
Oh goodness. Is Papa, I think Papa's going. I think I did see his live stream going up. So let's go ahead and get him a nice
Can I
hashtag.
choose? Can I choose it?
Go ahead. I think I can do it. Let's go ahead.
Hashtag poop coffee.
Hashtag poop coffee.
Poop coffee.
Poop coffee. All right. Hashtag poop coffee. Um, as always, for those who are watching this replay, we appreciate every single one of y'all watching till the end. For those who are in the chat, my mods dropping links, keeping this nice and clean. I appreciate every single one of y'all all the time, every time. As always, we will see y'all next week. Have a good remaining of the week. We'll see y'all soon. Have a good day, good night. Be kind, be courteous. Bye, y'all.
Bye, everyone.